Hello and welcome to Real Reviews. My name is Jamison Rabbit. The man seated to my far right just voted for Steve Buscemi as sexiest man alive. His name is Mike Roth.
Who didn't? I mean, really, come on.
Yeah, you've got good taste.
It was Tom Selleck for a long time,
Yeah.
but once Steve Buscemi came into the scene,
Hands down,
just
easy
makes
choice.
me melt.
And the man to my direct right, when we talk about the amazing support that we get from the Palace Cinema, where we are, and from Marcus Theaters, it all comes down to this one man right here. We are really happy to be joined by the general manager of the Palace Cinema, Tom Reichelt.
Hello, guys.
Sir. Thanks
Hey,
for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me. It's an honor today.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. So, you are kind of the man responsible for us getting to do remotes here, getting to see movies, all this. Your support of the show is amazing.
Well, we love the sponsorship, and we also love the partnership with you guys, and it's fun to talk about movies, the passion that we have, and the passion you guys have, and it's really fun to be part of that. So thanks for having me today.
Thank you. And that's kind of really the center of it all. I mean, we all have a passion for movies, and just kind of, whether it's here or just sitting on the couch just talking about movies. And I'm curious, what got you into movies, doing this?
Well, my first job was an usher 28 years ago in the big town of Stevens Point, and it's like a bad cold you can't get rid of. It is really just movies. Every day every week we sell a different product to someone. It could be kids' movies, it could be adults, it could be Star Wars. There's so many different things that we sell, but most importantly, we sell memories.
Right.
And it's fun to see that, and that's really what got me into it. And 28 years later, here we are at the Palace Cinemas with you guys, talking about movies.
I love that. We sell memories. That is true. I mean, we were talking before the show, memories of certain movies and where you saw it, and I remember exactly where I was when I saw this.
I know for me, when I see like pop culture references, it kind of revolves around movies most of the time. You got your Star Wars and Ghostbusters and all these things that made me so happy over the years.
Right.
And now I get to do this every week. It's awesome.
So, I mean, you've been doing this for so long. Do you still enjoy getting to actually just go in and watch a movie?
When I'm able to do that, it is fantastic.
Yeah.
For many years, I watched the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
And I missed all the meat and potatoes of the movie, but it's really fun where I'm bringing my kids now, and really they're experiencing those things as well, whether it's Avengers or Lion King or whatever we're watching. It's just an event now. It's a whole bunch. It's really different than when we started out 20 years ago, from then to now.
Yeah, the whole industry is exploded.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, you mentioned Lion King, and that's the movie we're talking about this week. On the marquee this week, we have Lion King, so why don't we jump right into that? We got director Jon Favreau back to direct this film. He did the Jungle Book a few years ago.
Yep.
And it's the story that we all know and love of the young lion who would be king, who's headstrong and eager to prove his bravery and prove that he's worthy of taking over the pride and all this. And then he's, of course, easily manipulated by the king's brother. It's,
His uncle.
Right. It's the story we've seen. It's Hamlet. I mean, it's over and over. So for me, the big questions going into this movie was going to be, how did it look? You pick apart a movie that's completely CGI. Were the voice actors the right choices?
Yeah.
And did it elicit feelings out of me? And for the most part, it was thumbs up as far as those front. The look of it, I think, was incredible. As far as the computer-generated animals and all that, I thought it looked great. I think that's Jon Favreau's big specialty.
I think this was more of a showcase of what people could do with computer graphics or computer images right now. Only problem I had is when it was so realistic, it kind of takes away some of the emotion that you had with the animated. Some of the voice actors I didn't think really could put themselves in the head spot of what I was seeing. When I see a real lion that doesn't have the facial expressions, I couldn't quite get the feeling, but still, it's a great story. It looks fantastic. Kind of gets me more excited every time I see something like this, and it gets more realistic. It's like, what is the future going to hold? This is going to be great.
Sure.
Yeah, I tell you, from what I've seen from our guests, number one, they think the sound is tremendous, and the Dolby Atmos sound, they just feel it. You feel another emotion from that sound. Sure. But when they're walking out, and when I see the young kids looking at their parents going, "Oh my God, this was Mom. We got to go see this again." Or Dad, is that true? our uncle's all like that. Dad, what's going on? You know, I really those
yes, they are.
those are the we talk about memories. That's what it elicited from our guests walking out. So yeah, really interesting to see this 25 years later.
I think that personally, I think that the original Lion King, the 1994 animated one, is one of my favorites. I think it's just like it was an instant classic when it came out. I think everyone agreed, like, "Oh, this is great." And I think that this one it elicited a lot of those similar feelings for me. I think when I saw it, I realized there was. I mean, it gets dark in moments, right? I mean, like all Disney movies, we have to kill a parental figure early on, and there's some dark moments. And the hyenas specifically, I felt were kind of. They looked so real that they were scary for some younger kids, and it's an experience you remember as a kid. And I remember I was scared at the Lion King.
And this is the same story, but they do add on at the very end of this movie. Instead of just kind of a battle between Simba and Scar, everybody is pretty much in on this. It's kind of remind me of like a Lord of the Rings battle, just not as long with everybody like Rafiki getting into it. I like that. It was pretty cool.
I thought my favorite part of the movie was all of the comedic elements. The voice actors, Seth Rogen, Billy Eichner, John Oliver, I liked them a lot. I thought they were really good. And it's tough to replace. Like we saw in Aladdin, Will Smith's trying to replace Robin Williams.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's big shoes to fill, but it worked for me in this one.
The young talent coming up, though, I think is just fantastic. The variety of actors is phenomenal. I think it really brought it together.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that. This is what Disney's doing right now, right? They're taking their animated classics, they're making them, and we're getting them. I mean, we had Dumbo and Aladdin this year. We have Maleficent coming out next month.
We got Mulan now.
Mulan next year, which that trailer looks incredible to me.
It does.
And they're just kind of rolling out like everything we've done, we're going to do all over again. And you'd think that would wear thin, but I've really been enjoying it. Like I think this and The Jungle Book are my favorites. I think because because they're able to take something that's not humans on the screen, and translate it, and it just looks beautiful.
Curious if they'll ever do like a Rescuers or something like that. I mean, they have it really down packed, and Rescuers were one of my favorite when I was a kid. So,
you want Rescuers Down Under?
I want Rescuers not Down Under, the first one.
Here's what I want. And I think I've mentioned this before. Is one of my favorite Disney movies growing up was Robin Hood.
Oh,
all right. Yeah,
I thought about that too.
First off, I feel like we've struggled to get a great Robin Hood movie. Give me a Robin Hood that's a fox. Just give me that whole thing from updated now. I mean, why not? Go for it.
All the great songs and stuff like that. Yeah, I could go for that.
My only real qualms with this movie are that taking a young child to it, that it was a half hour longer than the original. You watch the original, you take the kid to it, and they start to squirm at the 90-minute mark. Like, I'm used to this movie being over by now. That's a small nitpick to pick, though.
Yeah. I agree. If it's based for children, but again, the adults are bringing the kids, so it's.
I think it elicited a real family film, and I think that's the most important. Maybe a tad bit long, maybe a tad bit scary for just a couple minutes in there, but overall, what a way to reintroduce the Lion King, and then getting the families out and about and having a great experience and memories. That's what the movies are all about.
Yeah, I mean, I remember being scared by Bambi when I was a kid. I mean, there's always something, you got to get past it.
That movie starts it off with a heartache. That hurts.
Tom, do you have a favorite Disney animated movie that you'd love to see get this treatment?
Boy. It goes on and on and on, but, going back and looking at Bambi specifically, can you imagine now what that would be like, and if they could bring everything to life? Right. I mean, I think you hit it on the head there. The CGI, and even coming up further, high frame rate, which is coming back to really soon. I think Gemini Man, I believe, is going to be brought to in high frame rate, possibly. So if they can do that and bring the CGI in there, I think that would be something even we haven't seen yet.
Hyper realistic.
What was the last one that had that hyper? It was like
one of the Hobbits, right?
Yeah, I think one of the last ones, I believe.
Yeah, and it's shocking, especially if you don't know what you're getting going into it.
Yeah,
it can be a little disorienting.
It is, especially now with the Christmas and the bright lights. You're sitting there and you're like, wow, this is all right, hold on. I says, this is like 4D now or 5D, what's happening?
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, that's good. Mike, you give a thumbs up on...
I give it a thumbs up. I give it a 3.5. It's hard to judge something like this because I have strong feelings for the first one, and this felt not as original. It's the same movie, but if I was trying to take out the anime that I fell in love with, it's a great story. Yeah.
I thought the same thing. So I was actually thinking, like, if there wasn't the original source material, like, for these movies, I'm always curious, like, I wonder how even more impactful it would be is if nobody had a reference. This was just the first time they saw a movie like this. You know, it would just be incredible, I think.
I feel like the plot still feels extremely original. It's Hamlet, but no one redoes Hamlet over and over again.
My favorite part of the movie, they got James Earl Jones to be Mufasa.
That's
the only cast member to come back from the original. I love it. You can't replicate that voice.
You cannot at all.
No.
I've tried for years. Can't do it.
I really thought Seth Rogen did a
spoken
great
into
job
it.
as...
I've talked into a moving fan, you know, that gives me the Darth Vader voice. It doesn't quite work. So we're both saying definitely go out, come on down to the Palace and check out The Lion King. It is well worth your time. And there's all kinds of amazing things. Come on down. Look at the spread we got.
Yeah, can I make just a comment about this stuff right
Please
here?
do.
This is the first time I've had it. It is extremely addictive. When before the show, these were mounded, and I can't stop.
Delicious Cheeto popcorn.
Yeah,
Hot
so
Cheeto popcorn.
if you want a new addiction,
Cheetos popcorn.
Cheetos popcorn.
Made
that's
fresh for you, Dave.
Right. So like I said, we have Maleficent will be coming up next month if you're looking for your next Disney big live action feature. Tom, you kind of have this unique perspective that none of us can have. And I'm kind of curious, you know, it's summer movie season, and we were kind of talking about this before the show, these massive films that are predicted for huge thing. I mean, how does that affect your operations, or how far out are you looking at this?
It is a great question because these tentpole pictures, as we call them, you know, they're bringing in masses of people, and people are buying it weeks ahead of time and really getting excited about it. So we need to be prepared from a staffing perspective, from an inventory perspective, making sure that we're ready from an infrastructure, lights, cameras, action, all those things. But at the end of the day, we want to make it an experience. So we're preparing. We had this weekend Lion King parties. So Friday, Saturday and Sunday, we had Lion King parties. People were making things, crafts and arts, free of charge. We want people to come in and have a fun time. And also want to make sure that we have value pricing, we have regular prices, so everyone can come out and do it. This Tuesday was tremendous because we had a great time on our Tuesday Valley Day where people came out and Lion King was roaring. Let me tell you, it was just, it was going from 8 a.m. in the morning until 11:30 at night. We were selling out Lion Kings, and it was just, but we prepared for it, and the staffing here and the team here is engaged to making sure that everyone has a really magical memory here, and I think that's important with our team here. Nothing. I'm the least important person here. It's all about my team, 100%.
Let them know that. So I mean, how far are you looking out? 6 months? Are you looking out to Christmas right now? Or?
We're preparing right now for December. Frankly, I mean, we have Jumanji and Star Wars ending our calendar year, so that's just tremendous. But before that, we have Frozen. That's going to come back, and it's going to be tremendous. And we have Joker and It before that. Just fun stuff. And coming up just very shortly is Hobbs and Shaw. So Lion King, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, then Hobbs and Shaw. Just kind of different type of genres of movies, but exciting. So we're planning that. So that was planned a month ago, and we're, you know, I would say a month to a quarter, we're planning things in advance, and then even further.
That's great.
How do you decide your classic movies? Like, I love coming in for Spirited Away and stuff like that. Yeah. I think that's also a lot of fun. I came in for Breakfast Club once, and the whole audience is just cheering and laughing.
Yeah, so our classic series is something that we wanted to get our guest input. So a lot of times we'll send out, for our Magic Movie Reward members, we'll send out, you know, hey, what do you guys want to see? Or our manager will come and we'll give our teams our ideas to our booking department, and they'll come up with a classic series. You know, right now we're in the middle of when we just had a pillow talk, August, Singing in the Rain, 9 to 5 after that, and then Rear Window and South Pacific.
Oh, Rear Window is one of my favorite movies ever.
Those are fun times for a value price. You come in, sit back, relax, put your feet up, have an Hakuna Matata or a mule or two. And you know, those are things that were really kind of fun because, you know, I just remember my favorite thing that I had happen this week was Top Gun trailer hit.
Sure.
I was geeking out.
Were you?
It's 3 or 4 years ago. I wasn't in the movie business that time. All of a sudden, it was like, boom, I need to watch this now. So we want to try to get that back in here, the first one,
that's
to
great.
come and watch it.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, there's always so much going on around here, and you have to be kind of like the proverbial duck on the water. Like, all the chaos is happening underneath, but it all looks very smooth as you walk in the door.
Yeah,
It's tough to do.
I'm not sure about tough, but it's really about making sure you've got a plan, but more importantly, you got a great team, and it's engaging into our guests. And it's really, frankly, our guests are the most important people here. At the end of the day, make our guests happy.
Right.
That's what we want to do, and that's what we try to do. And if we don't do it, we try to make it right for them.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like we have to look so far out now. Like, we just had Comic-Con this past week, and we're talking about movies that are coming out in 2 or 3 years.
That's not even made yet.
Yeah, and people are getting excited. Like, I can't wait for 2021 when this movie comes out, and it's the top of the talk for a week. It's wild.
Thor, Mjolnir.
Yeah,
I'm looking excited. Yeah, that's going to be great.
I am as well. Let's take a look ahead. The week of July 2nd, we have one movie. You had mentioned it. Hobbs and Shaw is coming out on the week of July 2nd. You excited for this?
Dwayne Johnson, Jason Statham.
Yeah.
An off branch of Fast and Furious. These guys don't like each other, and they got to work together.
Yeah.
And the Ultra screens, Dolby, Atmos cinemas, deluxe recliners. I mean, if I'm going to watch a movie, that's when I'm going to watch it. I'm going to get a drink, and I'm going to get a burger, and I'm going to have this big platter.
This combo platter, man.
Combo platter. That and a drink. Man, this is just me sitting there.
And that's on the menu right now.
That's on the menu starting today. So
yeah, Mike, you're looking at one of the first ones off the production line here.
And I happen to be drinking the
Kuna
Matata.
This might be the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw, man. I'm excited. So I'm the guy who I kind of lean more like the art house films.
Sure.
I kind of poo-poo the big action movies. Oh, those are stupid. This movie, every time I see the trailer, I'm excited. Like, these two guys paired together.
It's kind of like you guys
over the
talking,
top.
right? And you guys talking, and this is that chemistry I'd love to see.
Yeah.
Not that you guys don't like each other. I'm just saying. So,
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Next week, we have a fun movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is coming out. This is, at the beginning of the year, Tom, we did our top 5 most anticipated movies of the year. This was my number 1 most anticipated movie for 2019.
Well, it's Quentin Tarantino's last movie.
Yeah, if you believe that, I got something for you. That guy's been talking about his last movie for a while. I'm really excited for this movie. There's just so much going on with it, the cast, the story, everything like that.
yeah, and we have from Wanakee, one of the main characters is from Wanakee.
Right.
He plays a Bruce Lee.
Right, and that's pretty cool.
That's fantastic. It's right in our backyard.
I had no idea about this, and actually you alerted me to this. To say, hey, we got this guy, this local guy, Mike Moe, playing Bruce Lee. He's a martial arts studio here in Wanakee, and he's kind of done some other things. He was in the Marvel series The Inhumans.
Right.
Really?
What was his name? As Triton.
Okay.
He also, he did kind of bit pieces here and there. This is a huge break, though. I mean, a huge role in a huge movie, and I mean, hopefully it leads to great things for him.
Well, I think so, and I think this is going to lead to prominence, but also, his hard work's going to pay off.
Yeah.
And that's a fun thing to see, especially someone that's from the area, which is really kind of cool.
I read a little thing about him and how he broke into acting, because he's just been doing martial arts, since he was a kid. And he's like, I started to think about it, like, why can't I do the stuff that these guys do? And he just started sending demo tapes to Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
And finally Jackie Chan's, agency was like, all right, come on in. Sure. Pretty cool.
So you can start sending stuff out and see if you get a bite or two, right?
I have no talent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to need to isolate that audio, because I'm going to need that at some point. I have no talents. Let's, it's summer. Mm-hmm. We do a series during the summer for our camp throwback movie. Mm-hmm. This is interesting because we do summer camp movies during the summer, talking about them. And the summer camp movie that we were going to talk about this week, actually, one of our beloved staff here, Katrina, who we deal with on a regular basis, it's her favorite movie of all time.
It was on her name tag.
It was on her name tag. It is Wet Hot American Summer. Mm-hmm. The film that is like a conglomeration of every comedic actor of their time.
Yep.
Mike, I know you're a big fan of Wet Hot American Summer.
At first, when I watched this originally, I didn't care for it too much.
Really?
Now I think it is a great movie. I rewatched it recently. You have all these actors that are well beyond their teen years playing teenagers, and they have all these little cliche stories that kind of suck from other camp stories. Your main story is sorry.
What's her name?
Yeah, you know me.
Mike loves
Beth. She's a camp counselor, and she kind of has a budding relationship with an astrophysicist.
Sure.
And there's a comet coming down, and there's this cook that's also going through some things. There's talking cans and stuff like. There's so much going on in this movie, and each scene really kind of lasts only for a couple of minutes, and then it's on to something else.
I was a fan of this movie, and then I got talking to Katrina about it one day. And her passion for Wet Hot American Summer is palpable. And she convinced me it's a really funny movie. And I rewatched it recently. And yeah, and then Netflix came out with a series that, where they revisited it.
I didn't care for that. No. I think I got maybe 5 episodes, and that was it.
Stick to the original.
Yeah.
Anyways, you have a bunch of different series that we've been talking about. And one of them, if you look over my shoulder, you can see a big standee for it. We'll talk about the Kids Dream series.
Yeah, the Kids Dream series. We started this many years ago in partnership with American Family. And what we do is we wanted to bring some films back for a reasonable price, give some reasonable popcorn sodas, but really have family. So Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays, American Family and Marcus Theaters have special shows at 10 a.m. Coming up this next week is Wonder Park. And then we go to the Grinch and finish up with How to Train Your Dragon 3. And if you go online, you can actually get free tickets.
Oh, I like this.
Free tickets.
I'm listening.
You know, and it's on behalf of American Family. So go to marcustheaters.com and click on the link for our Kids Dream series. And it's really important because we've had some real good partnerships with American Family, and they've helped us out and really want to make sure that they're helping our guests out too. So, free tickets for the families, and it's really fun for us as Marcus Theaters to bring something back as well.
That's very cool. Do you have any other series we could talk about?
The really cool series coming out. We're excited about this. Is Marcus Theaters in the partnership with Disney Studios, and we are bringing back. It's called Enchanted Tales. So in September, all right, we're done with the summer. We're getting back into school. All right, everything's going normal. All right, now what are we going to do? So Enchanted series, we're bringing back Moana. We're bringing back Cinderella, Peter Pan, and Little Mermaid.
Wow.
Into the theaters, and it's going to be just fun. It's also a discount rate of $6 for you to come in and enjoy it and really kind of get the Disney feel back in. That's working our way up to Maleficent and then, to Frozen. And my gosh, it's just going to be fun for us. And we like bringing these series back because, it's what our guests want. And it also gives more memories, and that's really what we're about, is creating magic movie memories. That's what we try to do.
It's always better to see the movie in the theater too. Like these movies, we own all these movies. I've got them all on Blu-ray or DVD at home. But the opportunity to come and see them on the big screen is always, like Mike said, just Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
You guys had Back to the Future at one point. I'm like, I've seen Jaws 1,000 times, but every time you guys show it here, I'm here because it's great to see them on the big screen.
Yeah, you can watch it at home, and you're all by yourself, and there's still awesome movies. But when you get into an atmosphere where you're amongst other fans that are just as passionate for that movie as you are, it's a beautiful feeling. I get uplifted. Like I said, I've owned Breakfast Club, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray. I've seen it many, many times. Came in, watched it with a group of people who are cheering and laughing. And it just makes you feel so good to be a part of that community.
Sure.
And you can only do that in a theater amongst your peers.
Yeah.
You can't do that at home.
I'm excited. I have a 6-year-old daughter. I'm going to be here for all these movies.
Yeah. Well,
because a lot of these, she's never seen Cinderella on the big screen.
Right.
Little Mermaid on the big screen.
No, it's the memories that you've had when you were a child, and you can now give that to your children, and then hopefully they will do that to their children as well. So it's really, it's fun for an environment like this where you can do a bunch of different things. You can stop at a pizza, stop at a bar, but the most important thing is sit back, relax, and have that great memory with your family. And that's what we're about.
For sure. That's Frozen 2 is the most anticipated movie in my house. I have a daughter who has been waiting, since the day Frozen came out for the second one, and I hope it can live up to expectations of a 6-year-old.
Well, I'm sure you're going to be singing a tune or two.
Oh,
and
there was like 3 years where my daughter only knew Frozen as she just called it "Let It Go."
Yeah.
Can I watch "Let It Go" again? Yeah, boy, it's only the 5th time today. Why not?
yeah, I have 2 boys at home, but I'm sure I'll be watching it, and I can hear a lot of things underneath my desk is underneath the altar screen, so I will hear the soundtrack in my head daily for about 3 weeks straight.
I love it. Just that ambient noise of
Yep.
the same song.
And I will
over
start
here.
humming it and
Yeah.
singing it and walking out and going, yes, I am doing that.
So if you're walking through the lobby and you just see Tom wandering around just humming the song,
Just
don't
let it
mind.
go.
Just let it go.
Come on, we'll jump in together.
That is amazing. So, anyways, next week, as I said, we'll be talking about Quentin Tarantino's new movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Mike, quick question: what's your favorite Tarantino movie?
Pulp Fiction. I know it sounds. Yeah, Pulp Fiction is the best. That's the first one I saw, and after that, it was Reservoir Dogs. Loved Reservoir Dogs. It's easier to say which one is your least favorite. They're all really good.
Yeah.
But Jackie Brown, I'll never have in my top 3. There we go.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Bar none.
Jackie Brown is only at the bottom for me because the time I saw it at a theater, not here, by the way. You'll appreciate this because I watched the entire movie. It was a midnight showing, and with like 4 minutes left in the movie, all of a sudden we get the burn.
Green wrap, yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so we sat there for 45 minutes while they tried to repair it, and nobody told us that there was nothing after. They're just like, don't worry, we're going to get it repaired. So it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. They finally get it repaired, and it's just long enough to see Jackie Brown walk out to her car, and then the credits rolled. It's like, you made me sit here for a half hour for this? They just told me to go. It's fine. Yeah, Pulp Fiction's my favorite too. It's pretty great. Yeah. Inglourious Basterds is really good too.
They're all really
They're all
good. Yeah.
Hey, that's what we got for this week. I mean, it's pretty easy. One movie to talk about. Tom, I want to thank you for all that you do in the community here with us. It's really awesome.
Well,
I really appreciate it.
I've been lucky to be with Marcus Theaters in a while and be able to really create some good partnerships and friendships. So I thank you guys for allowing me to hang out with you guys today. It's been fun and an honor, and I'm glad for the few drinks you've had today. So.
Yeah, we do appreciate that.
This is delicious.
And we appreciate you and your staff especially. It's pretty great. So it just shows you're doing a great job.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Mike, so next week we're going to be talking about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, as well as some other things to round out a show. Can't wait. It's going to be an exciting time.
All
but
right.
until we reconvene again, I'm Jamison.
I'm Mike Roth.
That's Tom. Have a good one.